$20 a year. That is what Sam's Club will charge somebody our age for a membership card. Costco will charge you $65 for the same aisles, the same bulk toilet paper, the same rotisserie chicken smell hitting you in the face at the door. I paid the $65 twice. It came out of my checking account on the anniversary of a day I barely remember, and both times I did not spot the line for about 2 weeks. So I finally sat down and priced Costco and Sam's Club against each other properly, the way you would price a used car, because that card is not a shopping trip. It is a bill. It leaves your account whether you walk through the door that month or not. And the only question worth asking on a fixed income is which bill hands back more than it takes. I am not a reporter, and I am not an advisor. I am Walt. I am over 60, and both of these fees come out of the same kind of account yours does. If any of this saves you money, a like helps other people our age find it. And near the end, I will tell you about the large print book I put together out of a year of notes like these. So let's start with number 1, the discount that only one of these clubs will give you for being our age. Sam's Club has a senior membership price. It is on their own help pages. It is not one of those promotions that appears at Christmas and vanishes in January. And it works like this. If you are 50 or older and you are joining as a new member, the basic club membership drops from $60 a year down to $20. The upgraded Plus membership drops from $120 to $60. You verify your age online through a service called ID.me, which took me about 5 minutes. Costco has nothing like it. Not at 60, not at 65, not at 80. BJ's has nothing either. Sam's Club is the only major warehouse club in this country that will take money off the card because of your birth year. Now, the string attached, and it is a thick one. That price is the first year only, and it is new members only, meaning you cannot have held an active Sam's Club membership in the past 6 months. If you are already a member, walking up to the desk and asking for the senior rate will get you a polite no. 2 more things while you are looking. If you see a $10 Sam's Club membership advertised on social media or arriving in a text message, that is not real. And the 90-day free trial that a dozen websites still describe was discontinued. So anybody still selling you on that is either working from old notes or after your details. That is the strongest single point either club scores in this whole comparison, which makes what I found on the Costco side stranger than I expected. Number 2 is a senior discount that half the internet will tell you about, and it has never existed. Search for a Costco senior discount and you will find page after page explaining that Costco used to have one and got rid of it, usually pointing at 2022. So I went looking for the announcement. There isn't one. No press release, no archived membership page, no policy document, nothing on Costco's own site, then or now. As far as I can tell, Costco has never run an age-based membership discount in the United States, and the story about it being taken away is websites copying each other. I am telling you that because it matters more than the discount would have. If a page can confidently describe a program that was never real, you cannot trust the rest of that page either, and those are the same pages telling our neighbors what they qualify for. Where I have to be careful is that nobody can prove a negative. I can only tell you I could not find evidence it ever ran. If you have an old Costco statement showing a senior rate, put it in the comments and I will correct myself on camera. So one club hands us $40 and the other hands us nothing. You would think that settles it. It does not. Number 3 is why. Once that first year is behind you, the 2 cards cost almost exactly the same. Sam's Club raised its prices on the 1st of May this year, $60 now for the basic card and $120 for Plus. Costco sits at $65 and $130, $5 apart, on a bill you pay once a year. Which means after year 1, price stops being the argument. Everything that follows matters more than the number on the card, and the biggest thing on the list has nothing to do with groceries at all. Which brings me to number 4, and this is the one I wish somebody had told me a decade ago. You do not need a membership at either club to use the pharmacy. Not at Costco, not at Sam's Club. You walk in without a card, tell the person at the door you are going to the pharmacy, and they point you to it. This is not some workaround a clever shopper found. Prescription access rules keep pharmacy counters open to the public regardless of what club owns the building, and both companies say so plainly on their own websites. There is a boundary, though. As a non-member, you can buy the prescription and nothing else. You cannot fill a script and then wander off with a case of paper towels on your way out. And the deeper discount programs are members only, which is where number 5 gets interesting. Carry the Sam's Club Plus card, and their pharmacy gives you more than 600 generic medications at $10 or less for a 30-day supply. 10 specific generics cost nothing at all, free. In Arizona, California, and Minnesota, those 10 run $2 each because of state rules, but everywhere else, free. The list is not exotic. Blood pressure, diabetes, a common antidepressant, one that is prescribed for Alzheimer's. Now the limitation, and please stay with me for this part, because getting it wrong costs you real money. That pricing cannot be combined with insurance or with Medicare Part D on the same transaction. It is a cash price sitting alongside your plan rather than on top of it. So you ask the pharmacist to show you both numbers, what it costs through your plan and what it costs through the club, and you take whichever is lower. Sometimes that is your plan. On generics, often it is not. And if you have ever landed in that gap in Part D coverage where you are paying a quarter of the bill yourself, it is almost never your plan. Costco's pharmacy is competitive too, and their member prescription program is very good, but it needs the $65 card, and there is no list of drugs it hands over for nothing. So one card can pay for itself twice over before you have bought a single grocery. There is a second counter that does the same thing, and most people walk straight past it. Now, number 6. The eye exam, which also does not need a card. At both clubs, the optometrist working inside the building is an independent provider rather than a store employee, so you can book an eye exam at either one without a membership. Same exam, same price the members pay, and that usually runs somewhere around $50 to $100, which is well under what most retail chains charge. The boundary is the same shape as the pharmacy. The exam is open to you, buying the glasses is not. You need the card for frames and lenses. And if you happen to hold Sam's Club Plus, there is a standing discount on a second pair bought the same day, which is the difference between owning one pair of glasses and owning a spare that lives in the car. Ask at the counter what it is currently, because optical offers move around. Original Medicare pays for none of that. Not the routine exam, not the glasses, and it pays even less toward the thing coming up in a minute, which is where the largest sum in this entire comparison is hiding. Before I get there, one quick thing. Everything in this video, plus a good deal that never fits inside a video, is in a book I put together over the past year out of my own notes. It is called The Senior Savings Handbook. It is in large print because I got tired of squinting at my own research, and my grandson built the website side of it because I certainly could not. Under $20, one time, and the link is in the description or on screen right now if you want to pause and use the code. All right, number 7, hearing aids. One purchase here pays for a decade of membership in a single afternoon, and this is where Costco takes the lead back and does not give it up again. Costco is the largest hearing aid retailer in the United States. Not the largest warehouse club selling them, the largest retailer of any kind, somewhere around 16% of the entire national market. A prescription pair from their hearing centers typically runs about $1,500 to $1,700. The same category of device at a private clinic commonly runs $3,500 to $4,500, and higher at the premium end. Original Medicare does not pay for hearing aids under Part A or Part B, so that gap is not a copay you are comparing. It is money leaving your pocket either way, and it is thousands. You do need the membership to buy them, so this is the one service where the $65 is unavoidable. Sam's Club sells hearing aids as well, and I would be careful there right now. Earlier this year, they removed the entire Lucid line, which was the brand they had sold for years, and handed their hearing centers over to a different operator. Today, they offer one manufacturer, Bernafon. Those devices are locked, meaning only their own providers can adjust or reprogram them, and there are reports from members that older Lucid aids are no longer being serviced or repaired. I could not confirm that last part, so treat it as a reason to ask questions rather than a fact. Costco stopped locking its own devices back in 2022. Thousands of dollars on one purchase, which raises the obvious question about the upgraded cards. And I promise you the arithmetic is not what the signs at the door suggest. Which brings me to number 8, the 2%. And I want to go slowly here because both clubs advertise it, and both of them are quietly counting on you not doing the sum. Costco's executive membership costs $130 instead of $65. The extra $65 buys you 2% back on what you spend there, paid once a year as a certificate. 2% sounds small because it is small. To earn back that $65, you have to spend around $3,250 a year inside Costco. Call it $270 a month, every month, in one store. And look at what does not count toward it. Gas does not count, the food court does not count, and in a good number of states, neither does the alcohol. So that $270 a month has to be groceries and household goods, and it cannot include the fuel that half of us drive over there for in the first place. For a household of 1 or 2 people, that is an enormous amount of warehouse. Normally, this is the point where I would tell you to skip the upgrade, and there is a famous piece of fine print that is supposed to make it risk-free anyway. So I went and read it. It does not say what almost everybody thinks it says. Number 9 is that fine print, and I nearly got this one wrong myself. You will hear it repeated everywhere, including by people at the membership counter, that if your 2% reward does not cover the extra $65, Costco simply refunds you the difference. Risk-free upgrade, they say. I believed it. Then I sat down with Costco's own executive rewards terms, and there is a sentence in there saying the reward is not guaranteed to be equal to or greater than the upgrade fee you paid. So it is not a promise. What it actually is a request that the membership desk grants very often under their satisfaction guarantee. Plenty of members have walked up with a reward certificate that came in under $65 and walked out with the difference back, or with a downgrade to the basic card. But you are asking for a courtesy, not claiming a right, and you may get told to spend more instead. That is worth knowing both ways. Ask, because it usually works. Just do not upgrade on the assumption that you cannot lose, because the paperwork does not back that up. Sam's Club runs the same 2% idea on its Plus card, and it has the same problem with a thinner cushion. That is number 10. Plus members earn 2% back as what they call Sam's Cash, and this May the annual ceiling on it went up from $500 to $750. The upgrade from Club to Plus costs $60, so you need to spend about $3,000 a year to break even. Slightly kinder than Costco's threshold, which is genuinely a point in their favor. Where it falls down is the safety net. Costco at least has a desk with a reputation for making up a shortfall when you ask. I could not find any equivalent practice on the Sam's Club side, published or reported. Upgrade, spend too little, and that $60 is simply gone. So on the upgraded tiers, Sam's has the lower bar, and Costco has the better odds if it goes wrong. Now let me hand you two things Sam's Club does that Costco does not. And the first is worth more to me than every percentage I have read out so far. Number 11 is Scan and Go. And if you have ever stood in a warehouse checkout line with a full cart and a bad hip, this is the item you will actually use. Their app lets you scan each item with your phone as it goes into the cart, pay inside the app, and walk straight out past the line. Somebody at the door checks the code, and that is the end of it. The cart never gets unloaded onto a belt and never gets loaded back up again. Costco has no equivalent of this rolled out nationally. It lives on a smartphone though, and I know that rules some of you out. I am not going to pretend otherwise or tell you there is a clever workaround, because there isn't one. If your phone is the flip kind, skip this item. That is a physical benefit rather than a financial one, and I think we undercount those at our age. Here is another. Number 12, curbside pickup. Every Sam's Club member gets it free, with no minimum order size at all. You order, you park, somebody loads the car, and you never walk the building. Costco's answer is a $10 monthly credit for executive members towards same-day delivery, which sounds fine until you read that it only applies to orders of $150 or more. That number is my problem with it. If you are cooking for one or two people, $150 is not a normal shop, it is a stock-up, and you would be ordering to reach the threshold rather than because you needed the food. So a benefit worth $120 a year on paper is worth considerably less than that to the people watching this, and I would not upgrade for it. Costco does take one back though, and this one is about the clock. Number 13, early shopping hours. Executive members can get in at 9 in the morning, 7 days a week, which Costco started doing last June. 9 in the morning in an empty warehouse is a different building entirely. Wide aisles, nobody stacked 3 deep at the meat counter, no cart traffic. Sam's Club offers early hours to Plus members too, but at selected locations rather than everywhere. So check your own club rather than assume it. The trade-off is that Costco attaches this to the $130 tier, so you are paying $65 extra for an hour of quiet, unless the 2% is already carrying the cost for you. Quiet aisles are worth something. So is not paying for a card you barely use. And number 14 is for anybody thinking about letting one of these lapse altogether. You can still shop both companies online as a non-member. Costco charges non-members a 5% surcharge on their website. Sam's Club charges 10%. So if you are a light shopper who wants the occasional big item, that Costco surcharge is a reasonable way to stay out of the membership business entirely. On a $200 purchase, 5% is $10, against $65 for a whole year of carrying the card. What it does not get you is the warehouse itself. Plenty of what you actually go there for is not listed online, and none of the pharmacy pricing or the hearing centers reach you this way. Which leaves one last difference, and it is the one that makes everything else in this video low risk. And finally, number 15. Both of these clubs will refund your entire membership fee any day of the year for any reason. Not a prorated amount, not store credit. The fee, back, at the membership desk, on request. Costco states it plainly, and Sam's Club runs its own satisfaction guarantee that works the same way. Join, use it for 4 months, decide it was not worth it, and you can walk up and ask for your money. You do have to ask though. Nobody writes to tell you this exists. And in my experience, the desk will not volunteer it while you are standing there looking annoyed about something else. So let me put the whole thing together for you. For the first year, that $20 Sam's Club card is the better deal by a distance, provided you are 50 or over and you have been out of that club for 6 months. After year 1, the two cards land within $5 of each other, and the argument stops being about price. It becomes about what is behind the counters. Hearing aids send you to Costco, and the membership fee stops mattering at all, because the gap on the devices runs into thousands. Regular prescriptions send you to Sam's Club Plus, as long as you compare that cash price against your Part D plan every single time. And the upgraded tiers only make sense above roughly $3,000 a year in one store, with Costco the safer bet of the two, because their desk will usually make up a shortfall if you go and ask, even though their own terms stop short of promising it. Now the thing I told you at the start was waiting for you. The renewal. That $20 card, the best single deal in this entire comparison, is a first-year price. On the anniversary of the day you joined, if auto-renew is switched on, it quietly bills you the full $60, or the full $120 if you took Plus. Nobody calls. Nobody asks whether the year was worth it. The line just appears on a bank statement among everything else. And if you are anything like me, you reconcile it 2 weeks later and think, well, that is what it costs now. That is how a $40 saving turns into $40 they take straight back. And it is the reason I made this video at all. So do one thing for me before you close this. Whichever card is in your wallet, find out today what date it renews on, then put a note in whatever calendar you actually use, paper or otherwise, 11 months out from that date, saying check the warehouse card. 11, not 12, so you have a week to think instead of finding out afterwards. That single note is worth more than most of the discounts I just spent 20 minutes on, and it takes about 90 seconds. The date and the numbers to check are all on the free one-page checklist for this episode, linked below, and the full version of everything I do around this house is in the handbook at the same place. Go and set the note now, while you are still annoyed about it. I will see you in the next one.